What's going on, y'all? This is Lecrae with InClub Magazine, and this is First Five. All right, so my first celebrity crush was none other than the incredible Aaliyah. Back, forth and forth. As a kid, man, Aaliyah was everything to me, man. I just knew I was gonna grow up and marry Aaliyah. And that's what kids think. They just think like the unimaginable can happen. So God bless her soul. And you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'll see her in heaven. You know what I'm saying? I'm already married, so it's unfortunate for her, but she'll get over it. First album or CD I bought with my own money, and Do You Still Stand By It? The first album I ever bought with my own money was Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's how old I am, y'all. Bone Thugs, bone. See you at the crossroads. I still stand by it, man. I memorized all the lyrics. I was a super fan, man. I love Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. They were like the top tier to me. I remember it. Spending my little bread on that album. First song I remember hearing on the radio that made me fall in love with music. I would probably say, like, I don't know if it was the radio per se, but it was definitely the music video for Outkast Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. That just made me say, oh shoot, I want to do this. Like, it was like, just seeing them, I still remember the lyrics. Andre 3000 was legendary, he still is, and just hearing him like, it's beginning to look a lot like wood, follow my every step, I was about to go in depth, take notes on how I crept. I was like, what flow pattern is this? Like, I just was blown away, and I was like, this is amazing. I want to be a part of whatever this is. First expensive thing you bought once you had money, and did you regret it later? Anybody who knows me knows I'm extremely frugal. I'm not a spendthrift. I don't splurge. I just don't go crazy like that. So even when I had a Grammy, I was driving a dented Nissan Altima because I was like, it's paid for. You know what I'm saying? So I've never really gone too crazy. I've never bought anything that was way outside of my means. Probably the craziest thing I bought when I got money was my first house. Like, not my first house, but my first nice house. And I mean, it was kind of like, to me, it was an investment. So it was kind of like, I sold it for twice of what I paid for it. So it was like, it was just a smart thing. Never been that type of person, man. I don't know. First finished track off your new album. What was the song that set the tone for the whole project? Sheesh. I don't know the first finished track. That's a good question. I feel like, I mean, technically it's Still Here, because I did Still Here and released it as a single, you know, first. And did it set the tone? I don't know if it set the tone as much as it like just put me in the vibe of creating music again. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, oh, it's time to create music again. I think Still Here and then Die for the Party were two of the first songs that were made for the album. And both of them are like worlds apart, but they also are in the same family. So they gave me two bookends to make music inside of. I would say that for sure. First celebrity you met after you got famous, and what was that interaction like? I don't know, when are you famous? I still don't feel famous. Like, when are you famous? I feel familiar. I don't feel famous personally, but I guess, I don't know when you're famous. What makes a person famous? When you're recognized in the store? Like, I don't know where the levels are of what fame is. I do know this, in 2011, I had reached out to Kendrick before he was big, and we just developed a friendship. And from 2011 forward, you know, I could say I knew Kendrick, but I don't know when you're famous, personally. First concert you ever attended. My first hip hop concert was a summer jam in Dallas, Texas, and it had Busta Rhymes, Bone Thugs and Harmony, because that was my first album. Trying to remember, Missy Elliott, like, it was I don't remember, it was a big old summer jam. There was a whole bunch of people on that joint, but those are the three I remember. It's probably like Mobb Deep or something like that, but I remember Busta Rhymes, Missy, and Bone Thugs and Harmony. I was excited about all of them. First time you got recognized in public, where were you and how did you react? This is funny. So it's like I got recognized, but I didn't. So I had put out my first album and nobody really knew me, right? It was just kind of like, they knew my songs, you know, in like certain little small circles. And I went to like a Bible study at this church in South Dallas called Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship. Dr. Tony Evans, Priscilla Shire, you might know all them people. And I go in there for like the Bible study, and this pastor comes over to me. He's like, "Hey, bro, you got to hear this new dude that just dropped, man. I don't know how you say his name or whatever, but listen to this song, bro." And he played my song. And I was like, bro, that's my whole song, you know what I mean? But it was just funny because it's like he knew my song before he knew like who I was. He must not have knew my name because clearly he didn't put two and two together, but I just thought that was funny. That was the first time I was like, oh wow, somebody like that I don't really know knows my music before I know, you know, so it caught me off guard for sure. That's it for my first 5 with InClub. I hope you enjoyed them. And you know, what's your first 5?